Almost 10 weeks without rain. I might have to call it for the year. Sometimes management just only gets you so far, given the circumstances. So I unrolled a bale of hay, and they're not super excited about it. The majority of the flock's up there, but they're going to have to get in the mode of eating hay. And because I went to, my starting point for the grazing cycle was way over that hill, past those trees, and it's just not moving. The grass is just not growing. And so we might have to call it here pretty quick as far as grazing. It is October 20th, and the last big rain, or sizable rain, the last rain was the first week of August. So what is that? That's more than 10 weeks then. It was 2 months, the end of September. Yeah, so it's been 10 weeks since we had one drop of rain out here. Starting to feel like I'm living up north by George in that high desert. It's an odd one. And so we got little bits of grass here and there that we're going to scrape along as we feed hay. They'll take care of it, but we're just going to start setting bales and pay the piper for this weird weather year. We had 36 inches of rain in 2 months, and then the taps just turned off for the rest of the year. It's been an odd one. And that groundwater that came from that rain, the farm definitely held together off of that groundwater, or that water that the grass pulled into the ground. But yeah, the sheep are not excited about eating hay right now. But it's a beautiful fall day, and it's warm and dry. You can't really cry about it too much. So we're just going to see if we can just gently push them down so they can see the hay. And you can see there's just not much going on here. You can see even where I have the line, there's just that little bit of grass that we had already grazed that I didn't feel like it was ready to be hit again. So look at the green line. Brown, green, brown, green. We might give that to them too, to just snarf up as we get going. And you can see up on this hill, there's not a lot to speak of. And it's just been an interesting year. I'm trying not to be negative about it. Instead, just say, well, if I can make my systems go in these trying circumstances, then when we hit an easier year, it'll feel really good. Let's just see if we can work them down to the hay. They're pretty well trained sheep. See if we can work them down to the hay, and then they'll have something to chew on. You know, the one upside of if we have a mild winter is, if some of these mistakes I made with letting the rams mingle maybe won't cost me as much if we have an early lambing here or there. And as you can see, the condition on these ewes is just fine. It's been about 3 weeks since I saw the last wether trying to get milk off their mom. All the moms kicked them off about 4 weeks ago. And part of it too was I had some buyers lined up for some ewes, and I was hoping to sell them and get them off the farm by June, and it just didn't work out with everyone's schedules. And so we had about 40 extra sheep on my farm for about 2.5 months more than I planned on. And so that's, again, I didn't allow for a buffer with that. But it's all right. We're going to make it work. Luckily, Doug and I made plenty of hay, so this is why I always, Doug said, how many bales do you think we need? And I said, this much. Let's add 30% on top of that, because, hay can store in a shed almost indefinitely. So if we don't use it this year, it'll get used the next year. Just got to stay positive and keep moving. The good news is we're done butchering turkeys. We're done butchering chickens. We're kind of done with everything. So I can take a deep breath and focus on finishing the reno in my house that I've been neglecting all year. And then someday when I'm dead, I'll rest. See, the dog found a nice little magazine somewhere in the woods. Yeah, you're chewing that up. This female dog, once I got her, just her and her mom, has really turned out to be a swell dog, honestly. You know, I don't remember who said it, but you never put, if you're trading in a new pup, not two, only one. So I just put her and her mom together, and all problems stopped. We had no problems since then. I think it's just too much rambunctiousness when you add more than one pup at a time. And boy, I was listening to a video from George about just some of the problems he was having with dogs and hunters, and you know, when the hunters get going around here, Bob, he's up at the house, he just gets to howling. He does not care for that, but it doesn't seem to bother these girls. I don't know if that's a male-female thing or just the temperament, it worked out that way or what, but there. Now more of them are getting into the hay. In about 5 weeks, we're going to pull the AI tech in here, and Ann will start her journey with AI in this little dairy milk cow. I'd say she's 700 pounds. She's going to end up small, I think, which is just fine because Ann's small too, and that's a nice fit. And she's gentle as a lamb. Just, you can walk. You know, I've even been practicing, you can get down and handle her little udder, and she doesn't, you know, she doesn't do anything. She's just licking my jeans. Don't eat my jeans. Come on. So I've been working to make her as gentle as possible, so when my wife hand milks this little girl, it's a good experience. And then we're emptying the bin out, so we're going to sell corn at this horrible price, but we're looking to stack some money together to buy some more bred heifers, so hopefully that works out this fall, and we can show what that looks like to bring, you know, 8, 10, 12 bred heifers into the herd at the other farm. I'm going to get moving because I got to take care of the rams and then get to the other farm, take care of the cows, and then get to hauling corn to town. All right, take care.